An easy oven fried chicken recipe is about to come your way. And we're going to throw in some oven roasted vegetables, and then we're going to do a little celebrating. So stay tuned. You know, to a 3-year-old who's about to turn 4, that is a major milestone. And that's exactly what's happening today. My little granddaughter is going from 3 to 4. And you know what? She is so excited. But in the midst of all of this, we need to be able to give her food first before she gets to that gorgeous birthday cake that she has watched her mother prepare. So let's get to that oven fried chicken and vegetables. The fun part of this, besides the fact that we're celebrating my granddaughter's birthday, is the fact that I'm in the kitchen with my son. My son has been a lover of cooking for years because he liked to eat as a teenager. And I worked every day, and he played sports, and I really was not in for being a short order cook. So because of that, he learned very quickly that if there was something extra he wanted, he was going to have to fix it. So that's the reason why you'll see that these hands that are going in and out of this dish are not mine tonight, but they are actually my son's. And we're sitting here having a conversation back and forth about what he's doing, how he's doing it, and when is he going to do it. Mothers just have to do that. Now, while we're placing this chicken into its marinade, let me invite you to the family of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. I hope you will take a moment, look right down underneath of the screen, and you're going to see a like button. please click on that little thumb and click like. Also, while you're there, subscribe so that you will be notified every time I upload. I also send you messages through the community page every now and then with little bits and tips and fun things to do. Now, also, I'm hoping that you will share this video with your friends so that if they love to cook and they like to chit chat and they like to decorate all things in the kitchen for the kitchen, then please share this video with them. Now, let's get back to our chicken. Well, now that we've allowed this chicken to marinate a time period, let's see what we can do. We are going to set things up. We have a large sheet pan that we're using with a little grid on it, a baking sheet on it, and we are going to be placing our chicken on there. We have a Ziploc bag ready to receive the flour and the seasonings because we're going to need to do that, and we want to keep things as clean as possible. So we're adding the flour and just kind of shaking in about what we think we're going to need. We really didn't do any measuring. Now we have all of our seasonings there, so we're going to make sure we're just kind of doing a shake, shake, shake until it smells good because, you know, your seasoning really should smell wonderful to you before it ever touches the food. So as you can see, I'm kind of looking at those spices again. That's our black pepper, our garlic and onion powder. And I had a couple of containers of garlic powder. You know how it is. They get stuck around. You buy some fresh. So we're just trying to use that up. I had poultry seasoning. We tossed a little bit in there. My son pulled out. He had something called Montreal chicken. I hadn't seen that. And so I think I'll have to get some of that because I use the Montreal steak seasoning all the time, but had not used the chicken seasoning. Now, he's meticulous about how he does it. So here he's placed the chicken onto the paper towel and he's drying off each piece of chicken and squeezing it, mashing it before he places it into his Ziploc bag, giving it a good shake, getting most of the moisture off, and he's somewhat drying each of the pieces of chicken. So as that's done, then he's using tongs and spreading it and getting it nice and floured. We're putting it out onto the pan so that that flour will have a chance to adhere to the chicken. Always do that if you're going to, whether you're frying it on the stove or whether you're oven frying it. Notice that we're also laying it with the skin side up, and that's so that we can keep that skin beautiful. And we're tossing it around a little bit, getting some more pieces nice and floury. And we're going to continue to do that until we have taken care of both containers of chicken. So you'll see that I'm just going to, he's just laying those down. I'm the camera person for a change. And this is kind of fun. It's fun to see what he does and how much it kind of coincides with how I do things. Of course, you know, I'm the mama, and Mama's been around a long time. He has cooked for me many times. He fries chicken. He does it all. And he cooks as well as his wife. So they just kind of take turns. So that's something to keep in mind for those of you who are young. You know, if you can find a man who likes to eat, then he can also learn to cook or go in the kitchen with you and do it together because they do that an awful lot. But today was cake day, and my daughter-in-law is a cake baker. Oh my God, she makes delicious cakes. And so, as you can see, all of those pieces of chicken are on the pan, and we are ready to get this into the oven. Now, we're not putting it into the oven the way you see it. What we're going to do is to take 2 pans, put it in the oven, get them nice and hot. This is a Cuisinart. We're going to get it nice and hot. We're going to put some butter in the bottom of it and let it come up. Then we're going to turn it skin side down so that it can fry in the butter. Now, because we were pushed for time, we put quite a few pieces. We probably put about 7 pieces in each of the pans, and which, it turned out fine, but it would have been even more crispy if we could have had less pieces in each pan. So just keep that in mind. Or you can add in extra butter, certainly. We used about a half stick to a stick of butter in each of the pans. So if you need a little more than that, then you can always add that. So there's 1 pan that we're going to place into this oven, and this oven has been preheated to 400. So there's pan number 2 is just about ready, and we're going to add in the chicken to pan 2, and it's going to take this chicken an hour, a good hour to cook. And about halfway through, you're going to want to flip the chicken. So give it a good, let's say 40 minutes, and then flip the chicken. And you may want to, once you look at it, you may decide, you're going to see that that skin is going to be nice and crispy. You're not going to want to flip it until your skin is as crispy as you like. To save time, we dice some potatoes and cut up some carrots and also put them into the oven I guess about 30 minutes before the chicken was actually finished. So when we flipped it, then we put the potatoes and the carrots into the oven as well and allowed them to cook. So when everything came out of the oven, dinner was served. We have a beautiful cake that is in its layers inside of the refrigerator. You can see it's a rainbow cake, and oh my goodness, it is going to be so much fun tonight. I hope you have had a wonderful time in the kitchen, and I hope that you will continue to be a part of the Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme family. I have certainly enjoyed your presence.